Once again, the Sooners make a splash hire, picking up their running back coach. Finally, we got a McCullough back in Oklahoma, but ain't the one you think. The Oklahoma Sooners, it appears, will be hiring Deland McCullough, the former running back coach at Notre Dame, as well as the Las Vegas Raiders, as the new running back coach. That name sounds familiar. It should. Both of his boys, Desan and Day McCullough, were Sooners a couple of years ago. So let's dive into this hire. Let me explain to y'all why this is a big freaking deal. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I am your host, Jay. Thank y'all putting up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners over there at Sleeper. If you ain't used them yet, man, you are missing out. Use our promo code UNFAIR. They'll match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. All right. The Oklahoma Sooners made the hire that we anticipated. Late last night, I was digging around, did a little research, did a little quote-unquote investigative reporting to try to figure out who the heck Oklahoma was going to hire, because the question kept coming to me about, all right, who you think Oklahoma's going to grab? Well, I went and did some digging real deep, and one tweet jumped out to your boy that made me say, what? Like, what are we doing? Because when it comes to this guy, he'll never tweet. Like, I don't think I recall a moment where we actually seen this happen. Let me pull this up and let y'all see what I'm talking about. Now, if this guy tweets, you see something going down. Kevin Wilson popped this Boomer Sooner out there and had your boy thinking, all right, he knows something. He does. And so when I started going through all of the coaches that made the most sense for Oklahoma to go after, I started to look at, we had about 4 or 5 names that's been floating around, but one that stood out the most. And that one was Deland McCullough. He has been announced by Pete Thamel this morning early that he is expected to be the next running back coach at Oklahoma. He is very much well respected in the game, and this is how his name came up in all of this. So let me go back in the timeline and explain what my thinking was and why. And I'm also explaining to you all why I think this is a fantastic hire and kind of a long time coming, if I'm going to be 100% honest. So first, the biggest thing here was that McCullough was one that I thought Oklahoma was going to go after, but had maybe 1% shot at landing. And that 1% ended up prevailing because, first and foremost, DeMarco Murray takes the Chiefs' job. There was a report that went out there that McCullough was also called by the Chiefs because, you know, they want to bring him back. He worked for the Chiefs. He's worked at USC. But the first job that he ever got was with who? Kevin Wilson at Indiana. That was his first coach when he broke in as a running back coach. That was the first job that he got. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay. But then you saw McCullough's name pop up as the running back coach that the Chiefs were going after because he left Notre Dame this year to go to the Raiders underneath Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll got fired. After Pete Carroll gets fired, McCullough's still with the Raiders. Clint Kubiak gets the head coaching job from Seattle. And so the question was McCullough going to be retained, or is McCullough going to go to Seattle where Kubiak came from and become maybe their running back coach? Well, once that went down, there was a report here that he was not retained by that staff. And so when I saw this come down that he wasn't retained, I was like, all right, Oklahoma's got a chance. And then, of course, you saw the tweet by Kevin Wilson saying, Boomer Sooner with the eyes. That's how I linked all of this together before, and then boom, we get this landing. Not saying I'm the first one to figure it out. Some other people already knew this, but that's what I was thinking about last night is like, how exactly is Oklahoma going to make this happen? Well, they snuck it in there, and they did it. Let me tell you why he's a good hire. Before we do that, shout out to our partners at Sleeper. If you ain't checked them out for daily fantasy ball, you are missing out. Use our promo code UNFAIR. They're going to match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Plus, they're going to give you $20 just for checking them out. No deposit needed for all new users. The best part about the way, you know, this bad boy works is all you got to do is pick 2 or more players, pick more or less on the stats, and boom, you are in the game. You can turn your game days into paydays. Very simple game action. They've got updates. Heck, the notification for McCullough getting hired popped up in the Sleeper app for me as well. Something you all should take advantage of. So if you want to stay up to date in sports, If you want to stay up to date with your team while also getting into some fun action, check out Sleeper. Download the app. Use our promo code UNFAIR. They'll match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Plus, they're going to give you $20 just for checking them out. No deposit needed. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. So this is why I think this is a fantastic hire. The history of this guy is amazing. That looks familiar as far as the shirt goes. This is an old school video of McCullough over there at Indiana. He worked for, like I said, Kevin Wilson. Kevin Wilson was the head coach of Indiana from 2011 through 2016. McCullough, this is the first running back job that he did get. He went there. Left when Kevin Wilson left Indiana, went to USC, was there as a running back coach for a year, then left and went to the Kansas City Chiefs from 18 to 2020. Got himself a ring with the Chiefs while he was there. And that's why he was the coach that they were looking at hiring after, once they started to revamp their staff. He was high on their list of hires. It appears that he turned them down, stayed with the Raiders, but then the Raiders did not retain him. Clint Kubiak didn't retain him. After he wasn't retained, I thought maybe he may end up in Seattle. That's a possibility. Well, it didn't work out. They just hired the Northern Illinois head coach as their running back coach. And when that happened, that told me 100% that it's got to be McCullough coming to Oklahoma. So he left there, went to Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love is the running back that this dude coached to be the Doak Walker. Understand that. That man knows what he's doing. And it shows you that Kevin Wilson has some really good influence into what's going on at Oklahoma. He's helping find the really good talent. And having that connection, not only did Deshaun come in here, Deland has been to Oklahoma. He visited when his son Deshaun came to Oklahoma. And when he came, you're like, yeah, that kid's going to be special. Well, Deland was, him and his wife showed up. And him and Deshaun and Day came and visited and enjoyed their time here. And here we go. Now Oklahoma's got the running back coach that they need in order for this running back room to evolve and get better. This is a huge deal. I don't care what anybody tells you. I think this is probably one of the best hires they made. Like, I love the Lamar Morgan one. It was out of left field. McCullough is another left field hire that I feel like could pay major dividends. Jim Nagy's very well respected. Brent Venables is well respected, even though with Day and Deshaun, it did not work out long term. Deshaun, he talked about how much he loved playing for Coach BV. It just didn't work in the way that he wanted it to. And yeah, massive move. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Definitely want to hear y'all's thoughts. This was a big time hire for the Sooners. I think it's one of those big ones that definitely is needed. So definitely want to hear y'all's thoughts. All right. We'll be back. We're going to start talking position breakdowns. We got to start breaking down the roster. We're going to do all of that stuff all through next week. I've got a few videos ready to go up while I get ready to prepare for vacation. You'll see a bunch of content coming down. We're going to look at each room. We're going to look at each position and now each coach because we finally got some hires. Shout out to our partners at Sleeper. If you ain't checked them out, Daily Fantasy Ball, you're missing out. Use our promo code UNFAIR. That'll match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. All right. I will see you all on the other side. Y'all be good. And be pumped. Peace.